I made this ring using titanium, deer antler, and African blackwood. Looking pretty good, right?
Honestly, after I made this ring, I've got stuck with one nickname for it. Oreo. That's why I don't want to wear the white t-shirt today.
Okay, clearly I'm better at making rings than telling jokes. So let me walk you through how I put those three parts together on my lace. First, the inner core. What you're seeing here is the TC4 titanium, the material often used in rockets and aircraft. It's strong, corrosion resistant, and super light. After cutting to the right sides, the edges are still sharp, so I will give it a prop sanding. Slow and gentle. The metal core will be ready for the next step. Now for the antler. The piece I got online is very regular, so my first task is to find center and cut it down to a rough width. I'll be honest, my technique is very primitive here, so 100% muscle power. Then I mount it on the lace using glue and a live center. It's simple but effective. You don't often see anyone turning deer antler on a metal lace, right? Yeah, that's pretty unusual way. Since the antler is a nature material, which makes it very soft to work with, and I will make them flat and square first. I personally feel that shaving off the outer layer is very satisfying. I drill a hole and enlarge it until we get that perfect ring shape. Once the antler ring fits snugly over the metal core, I'll put it off. So now we have our two core components here, and I will bond them together with glue. And this step is actually quite challenging. I'm using a super thick glue here, and it will just cure in seconds. So if you're not careful, you will glue your fingers together instead of rings. So gotta be quick and precise. Since the two parts were glued now, I will clean up the sides by sanding, so we will get a seamless surface. And here I would like to show you my customer ring manual. And I have to make this tool by myself because I just can't find one locally. And what I'm thinking that is I might be the only one in China doing these kind of metal ring work, because there is no market for this ring manual, but mine works pretty well, so I'm kind of proud of this thing too. And next, I will cut a slot for the wood inlay. The width of this slot will be 1/3 of the ring's total width, and which will be the perfect space for the wood part. And now I'm making the wooden circle using the same steps: rounding, drilling, reaming, and parting off. The only difference here is that I'm working on a metal lace, so I will speed up this part. So far, all the components are now ready for assembly. The technique here is that I will break the wooden circle into half-half and glue the two pieces on the inlay. The magic here is that when it's sand down, the breakpoint will disappear. Once the glue cures, and we will be ready for the final shaping for the ring. And I will turn down the outside diameter first, and then adding a chamfer. By the way, it's looking much more like a sandwich cookie now. Sand it with 2000 grit sponge to remove all the tiny scratches, so we will have a better clean inner surface. Okay, we're almost done, and I will apply a glue coat to both the face and the side. Once it's cured, and I will give it a final sanding and polishing. To be honest, it took me about 5 to 6 hours because the high-speed rotation will produce the high temperature heat, and this heat will damage the protective coat. So it's a repeating process until we get our final mirror-like effect. well, it's a lot of work and details. And I hope you're enjoying watching the whole process and the final piece. Actually, I'm already thinking about an upgrade for this design. Maybe adding an extra inlay in the middle with something like malachite chips. If you'd like to see that, or if you have any cool ideas, please tell me in the comments. As a ring maker, I might just be able to turn the sauce into the real piece. And a like or follow would be awesome. Thanks for watching and see you next time.